it's time to enjoy some summer holidays. So we can go over some major summer holidays in the United States and then some little ones that are just for fun. Maybe they don't have big celebrations, but they're fun. Maybe you can get a deal. You can get a discount somewhere. So summertime has a lot of holidays that are celebrating the United States itself and also enjoying the weather, right? Where I come from, the winter is really cold, and so when it gets to spring and summer, everybody wants to go out and enjoy the sunny weather. It's not quite as hot as Taiwan, so people like to go outside. So the first holiday we're going to talk about is Memorial Day. Memorial Day already passed. It was on May 30th. And if you look at the word memorial, you can kind of figure out what it's talking about already. You can look at the word memorial. Inside of it, it looks like the word memory, right? Memory, what you remember. So Memorial Day is about remembering something. And it's about remembering soldiers who have fought in wars and people who have died to help the country. So Memorial Day is an important holiday in the U.S. and people will celebrate in a few different ways. In Boston, where I come from, if you go to Boston Common, which is a big park in the center of the city, you'll find an area of the park where they put hundreds and hundreds of little flags all over the grass. And it's a pretty cool thing to see. It's in the middle of the park and just flags for, well, a long way. Just lots and lots of flags. And then another thing that people do on Memorial Day is there are usually Memorial Day parades. So people in the military or police officers will come out in March and try to remember soldiers who have died protecting the United States. Okay? Also, in the US, the end of May is when it starts to get warm. So, where I come from, April is still kind of cool, and May is when it starts to get warm. And people think of Memorial Day as the start of summer. It isn't actually the start of summer. The start of summer is, I think, June 21st. But we think of Memorial Day as the start. And so people will start to enjoy the nice weather, get outside, and it's nice out there. So how do people celebrate outside of the parades and stuff? Well, people might go outside and have a barbecue at their house. Or some people will go to the beach. So my family likes to try to get to the beach on Memorial Day. Like my mother, my dad, my brother, and his family, they went to meet my uncle, my aunt, my cousin, and a big group of people went to the beach on Memorial Day. It's kind of like the first chance to get to the beach and enjoy the nice weather. Okay? So Memorial Day is like the start of summer. What are some other important holidays in the summertime? Next up, this isn't actually a holiday, but it's a very important day. And people will talk about it and people will remember it. So after Memorial Day, the next big day is D-Day. D-Day is on June 6th. And what D-Day is, it's a day when people remember, well, D-Day. D-Day was the day when America joined World War II. So World War II was this giant war with many countries across the world involved. For a while, the United States didn't want to join the fight. And because of that, Nazi Germany was starting to win. And you can see on this map, before D-Day, Europe looked like this. This dark color was what was controlled by Germany and their friends. So they controlled most of Europe. Pretty scary. And England ran away to Great Britain. So Germany had captured France, Italy was on their side, and Germany captured all these other little countries too. And so D-Day was the day that the United States and Canada and England started their big attack. So they went from Britain and England, and they took boats and went into northern France, this area called Normandy. And so D-Day, people aren't sure about the name, but it might mean disembarkation date. So this is a long word, but in the middle we have embark. Embark means to like start a journey. So embark can mean start a journey. Disembark means the same thing. So disembark can mean like leave on a trip, leave on a journey. If you get on an airplane, you might hear them say, oh, we're going to disembark in 10 minutes. And so if you want to turn it into a noun, then you add ation. So disembark becomes disembarkation, the name of doing that, the event, okay? But anyways, this is when soldiers from the US and England and Canada entered France. And why is this important? Well, it's the beginning of the end of World War II. Once these soldiers were able to get into France, they were able to start marching and winning fights and getting into Germany to defeat the Nazi Germany. So it's a big important day, and people talk about it. Like a few weeks, last week, 2 weeks ago, I was listening to a podcast, and they were talking about other things and just mentioned, oh yeah, today's D-Day. So this is an important enough day that people in America will just mention it. So it's a good one to remember. The day that America joined the war, and it led to the end of Nazi Germany, which is really good. So if this didn't happen, the world would be very different. Okay. Now our next important day is Flag Day. So this is actually not a very big holiday in America, but a student asked me about it, and so I decided let's talk about it. And it's not super popular, it's not big like Memorial Day, but when I was in school, we would talk about Flag Day, and it's a day that people remember because the American flag is a very important symbol. So Flag Day is on June 14th, which was 2 days ago, and it's celebrating the day that the United States made the flag part of the United States, put it into law, okay? And so why does the US flag look the way it does? Well, it's changed over time. In this picture, this is what the original flag looked like. So there are not many stars. I wonder why. So the original flag, it was passed on June 14th, 1777, when they signed the paper saying this is our flag. And that's called the Flag Resolution. So the Flag Resolution, the thing they signed, passed on June 14th, 1777, stated, a fancy way to say said, resolved that the flag of the 13 United States be 13 stripes, alternate red and white, that the Union be 13 stars, white in a blue field, representing a new constellation. So, resolved is a fancy way to say decided. Like we have decided and we're signing the paper. That the flag of the 13 United States. Okay. Now this is important. when we talked about the United States, we talked a little bit about the history. A long time ago, this was the United States. So in 1789, the very beginning of the U.S., there were only 13 states. So it was 13 colonies that became 13 states. And because of that, on the flag, there are 13 stripes. There were 13 red stripes, 13 white stripes. Eh? No, sorry. 13 stripes total. You can do the math. 13 stripes and then 13 stars. So each state had one star. Okay? And the 13 stars to representing a new constellation. So constellation means in the stars, all the pictures in the sky. Like there's Ursa Major, which is the big bear. That's one constellation. And so the United States is a new constellation. It's kind of like a poem where America is amazing thing in the stars. Okay? And so over time, the flag has changed, right? It started with 13 stars, and as you know, the United States flag doesn't look like this now. So over time, it's changed quite a lot. So there are lots of different US flags. Now, some of these are not very common. Some of these I've never seen before. But the most famous one is the Betsy Ross flag. This one in the middle with this circle. That's the first real American flag with 13 stripes and 13 stars in a circle. Okay? Before it became the USA, we looked at this flag last week where it had the English flag in the corner. So it was the English flag and then 13 stripes for the 13 colonies. But then they changed that to the stars. But then over time, the United States grew and got more and more states. And you can see here that when they have red and white stripes, that's like a official flag. And you can see the corner changed over time. And they got more and more and more stripes. And sometimes they changed the design. Like here, this is kind of cool with a star and a 26 stars. And then over time, change, more and more and more until we got to the flag we have now, which has 50 stars. Why are there 50 stars? Well, because there are 50 states. And that's just because that's the number right now. If another area becomes part of the US, maybe we'll have 51 stars someday. There's an island south of the US next to Cuba. It's called Puerto Rico. And Puerto Rico right now is part of the United States, but it's not a state. But they want to be a state. So maybe someday, if Puerto Rico can become a state, we might have 51 stars. We'll see. So that's why we have the stars and stripes on the flag. Okay? And yeah, the flag has changed over the years as the United States changed and had more and more states. Went from 13 up to the 50 we have now. Okay? So yeah, Flag Day is a pretty interesting day. Or it's a day that we talked about in school mostly. Maybe have little celebrations. Okay, what else do we have? Another big holiday is a new holiday. This has only been around for a little while. A couple of years, I think. This is called Juneteenth. Juneteenth is celebrated on June 19th. I forget when exactly it started. Let's find out. Juneteenth. Let's see. It became a holiday. last year. So June 17th, 2021. So I was right, very recently. Juneteenth became an official holiday last year. And so Juneteenth is a holiday celebrating Black American heritage. Heritage meaning culture and history put together. So Juneteenth is celebrated on the day of the Emancipation Proclamation. Whew, that's a long phrase. What does that mean? Okay, well, you can see by this logo, this picture, that Juneteenth is about breaking chains. It's about freedom. So this is celebrating when slaves in America became free. And how did they become free? Well, there's something called the Emancipation Proclamation, which is a speech from Abraham Lincoln. So emancipation is a long word that means freedom. Okay? And proclamation is a long word that means announcement. So the Emancipation Proclamation is kind of like an announcement of freedom. And that's the speech when Abraham Lincoln said, hey, the slaves are free now. He said it in a much nicer way, but that was the main idea. So the Emancipation, freedom, proclamation, announcement. And so Black people in the United States will celebrate. They'll have some shows showing like traditional Black culture, and maybe have some parades where they walk, and maybe they carry flags for where their ancestors came from. I'm not sure which flags these are. This might be Ethiopia? Anyways. But yeah, that's because in the United States, there are 12% of Americans are Black Americans. 12% doesn't sound like a lot, but that's 40 million people. So it's a huge chunk of American people are Black and want to celebrate their freedom and their culture. So this is a great holiday. It's a great new holiday to have. And that's coming soon. Okay? If you have any questions, remember you can always send a message in the chat. Okay? Now, what are some other holidays in the summertime? Of course, we have Father's Day. In Taiwan, Father's Day is on August 8th because it's easy peasy. But because that's not a thing in English, we don't have Father's Day on August 8th. August 8th does not sound like Baba. We don't say Baba in English anyways. We say Dad or Father or Papa for some people. And so Father's Day in the US is actually in June because the weather's nice. You can get outside, enjoy it. August might be too hot. So what do people do on Father's Day? Well, people will write a note to their dad, like kids will write a letter. Oh, to Dad, happy Father's Day. We love you. Maybe buy him a gift that is something that a dad would like. Like a common thing is a necktie. Another thing that happens on Father's Day, the US Open ends on Father's Day. So the US Open is a big golf tournament in the US, and the last day is on Father's Day. Why would they do that? Well, lots of dads like to watch golf. And so my dad, on Father's Day, what does he want to do? Well, a lot of dads don't want to do anything on Father's Day. They just want to relax. So maybe the kids can help around the house. Dad can sit on the couch and watch golf and enjoy seeing their favorite players play golf. I know that's what my dad likes to do on Father's Day. Just chill out and watch some golf. Sounds pretty nice, right? Okay, another holiday in the summertime, we're getting into July, is Independence Day. So we've talked a lot about American history recently. Independence Day is celebrating the creation of the United States, and so the independence from Britain. So this is celebrating like the birth of the U.S. and independence. Independence is another fancy word for freedom. So freedom from the King of England, and the U.S. became an independent country. Now, day by day, people don't often say Independence Day. They'll just say the 4th of July. Okay? If you're saying the date, you would just say July 4th. But if we're talking about the holiday, you'd say the 4th of July. And the 4th of July, of course, is celebrating the U.S. and America and being American. And how do people celebrate? Well, they'll have big fireworks shows. And because a lot of people go to the beach, you might go sit on the beach and watch fireworks on the ocean or over the ocean. And the way they do that is they'll have a boat, which is called a barge, like a big long boat. And that will go out into the ocean and shoot fireworks into the sky. You can sit on the beach and watch and enjoy. And then if you're at home, people might have little fireworks, and these things are called sparklers, which is a long stick, and you light it on fire, and it will sparkle. So we call it a sparkler. Remember, if you add ER to anything, that makes it a thing. What sparkles? Well, a sparkler. And people like to have barbecues on 4th of July too. Summertime, people are going to go outside and have a barbecue, right? You don't want to stay inside the AC all the time. You want to get outside, enjoy the weather, and have a barbecue. Maybe not in Taiwan because it's so hot and humid. But a lot of places in the U.S., people want to be out, go swimming, enjoy a barbecue, get outside. And it's nice out there. Independence Day or 4th of July is a good one. It's a big, nice holiday where you can enjoy the fireworks and some barbecue. Next up, we're going to look at some fun holidays. We talked a lot about really famous, popular holidays, but there are some fun ones in the summer too. The summer doesn't have a lot of big holidays, so people like to create holidays also. When are most of the big holidays? Most of the big holidays are like end of fall or beginning of winter. Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas and New Year's are all at the end of the year. Because that's when it's dark outside and it's cold, so you have to celebrate. So in the summertime, people are happy already, so you don't need a lot of holidays. But people like to create holidays to fill in the space. If your calendar doesn't have a lot of holidays, just make up a holiday for fun. And so, one holiday that people have is National Donut Day. National Donut Day is a fun one. People don't really celebrate, but stores will do it, and it's a good reason to do something fun and get something sweet. So, National Donut Day, the best way to celebrate it is just eat some donuts. And so, some donut shops will have discounts and deals. So this one is from Krispy Kreme, which we have in Taipei. And they say any donut free June 3rd, National Donut Day. So that's pretty good, right? You can get any one donut for free. I don't know if they had any like rules about that. That sounds pretty good. And then this one on the right is from Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts used to be in Taiwan, but disappeared a couple years ago. I think they were trying to sell too many donuts, not enough breakfast and coffee. In America, people love Dunkin' Donuts because of their coffee and their breakfast sandwiches and stuff. Actually, not their donuts. Kind of funny. But Dunkin' Donuts, they have a promotion, and it's free donut on June 3rd with drink purchase. So Dunkin' Donuts. And that's pretty common. You buy one thing, you get the other thing free. And like I said, where I come from, people don't go to Dunkin' Donuts for donuts. We go there for coffee, which is kind of funny. That's why they took donut out of the name. It used to be called Dunkin' Donuts. Now they just call it Dunkin', because no one cares about the donuts. But on National Donut Day, I would definitely care about the donuts. Go buy a nice coffee, get a free donut, and then you're happy for the day. So yeah, June 3rd is Donut Day. It's a good, fun thing to do. Just a reason to eat something sweet on a hot summer day, right? Next up is another fun day, National Fried Chicken Day. Now, why would you put this in the summertime? This is on July 6th, and fried chicken is like a really popular summer food. I'm not sure why, but people think of summertime fried chicken. They go together. It just seems like a good match. It's a kind of a culture thing. Because here in Taiwan, you can eat fried chicken all the time. But I feel like in America, I ate more fried chicken in the summer. And so, National Fried Chicken Day. Again, not a very famous day, but it's kind of fun. And so, some restaurants will have promotions. Burger King, a free chicken sandwich. So, you can get a free chicken sandwich with any purchase of $3 or more. So if you spend more than $3, get a free chicken sandwich. That's pretty good. So that's like buy one sandwich, get another sandwich free. This is a culture thing, a language thing. In Chinese, you would call this a chicken burger, right? But in English, we call this a chicken sandwich. Kind of a funny difference. A burger has to have ground meat, 绞肉. So in English, if you say burger, it sounds like it has ground meat on the inside. This is a piece of chicken, so we call it a sandwich. Kind of a funny little difference. And then another one you might not have heard of before is called Publix. So fried chicken is super popular in the southern United States, so Publix is big in the south. So Publix BOGO deal on crispy chicken tender bacon sandwich. Whew. A BOGO deal, what do you think that might be? Buy one, get one. So buy one, get one free is BOGO. Not super common, but you have to be able to figure it out. It's like, oh, what kind of deal could be BOGO? Well, buy one, get one. So a Publix BOGO deal on a crispy chicken tender bacon sandwich. So chicken tenders means strips of chicken, like 鸡柳, and then bacon on top too. Whew, sounds good. And then for fried chicken day, KFC, I think a couple years ago, KFC is giving away a year's worth of free fried chicken. So they had a contest to win a year of free fried chicken, which sounds really good, but you might gain like 100 kg. So you'll get huge if you eat that much fried chicken. Okay, let's take a look at two more fun ones, and then we can wrap it up for today. So do you think you guys would survive if you ate a year's worth of fried chicken? Would you be okay? Could you do it? I think I'd be okay. I might have a heart attack, but I would love it. Okay, our next one is a popular holiday on the internet. On July 17th is World Emoji Day. Now, out in the real world, or IRL, IRL means in real life. In real life. In real life, no one really cares about this day. So IRL, people don't care about World Emoji Day. But on this day, the internet goes crazy. So an emoji is this little picture that you can use in your text. And over time, emoji have become more and more common, so why not have a holiday? And so this is a ranking of the most popular emoji. So the face with tears of joy is the most popular, and it has stayed the most popular for a couple years. World Emoji Day is a day where people celebrate emoji, because emoji are fun. 5 or 10 years ago, I still thought, oh, you should only use words. Emojis are not cool. But over time, I've come to really enjoy them. They're fun. They're silly. And so these are some of the most popular ones. Face with tears of joy, a heart showing some love, rolling on the floor laughing, etc., etc., etc. And folded hands is interesting. I don't know how popular this would be in the US, but in Asian countries, that means thank you, right? In the US, this would mean praying, like, oh, I hope, please, I hope. So it's a little bit different. Okay, but like I said, IRL, World Emoji Day, doesn't mean much. But on the internet, people go crazy. So during World Emoji Day, social media is abuzz, meaning it's very noisy and crazy and energetic. So abuzz with chatter about all things emoji. Over 100 tweets per minute on this day. So that's on Twitter. Those are tweets. And then the World Emoji Day hashtag, so this is a hashtag, generates over 4 billion Twitter impressions each year. Meaning people click that and see 4 billion different tweets with that hashtag. That's crazy. 4 billion. And then in 2020, this became the World Emoji Day hashtag became the #1 worldwide trend on Twitter. So on that day, Twitter especially went crazy with emoji and talking about celebrating emoji. So kind of a fun online internet thing. Maybe if you want to stay inside in the AC on a hot day, you can celebrate World Emoji Day. Weipeng says, I like Burger King too, but it's getting more and more expensive now. Yeah, it is getting a little more expensive, but like I said, this is for that's fast food. So fast food can only get so good. It's pretty good, but it's not a really good burger. If you want to get a good burger, you want to go to a real restaurant. So in Taipei, a good place you can get a burger is called GB. It used to be called Gordon Biersch. Gordon Biersch. It's hard to say, so they changed the name. I think it's GB or GBA now. There are a couple of them in Taipei. They have really good burgers. I like their jalapeno and cheeseburger. Oh, but you need to like spicy food for that. Okay, one last holiday. Because it's summertime, it's really hot out there. You want to stay in the AC and send some emoji. But if you want to go outside, how are you going to cool off? Well, July is National Ice Cream Month in America. If you're going to the beach, enjoying the sun, what do you need? You need some ice cream. And so all of July is National Ice Cream Month. And then one day in July, I think the third Sunday, is National Ice Cream Day, which this year is July 17th. So a month from tomorrow. And kind of like the Donut Day, people don't really celebrate this. It's not a real holiday. You don't have parades or anything. But it's a fun thing to do or fun thing to talk about. And also, if you go to an ice cream shop, you might get a discount. So a popular place in America is DQ. The old name was Dairy Queen, but they shortened it to DQ. And on Ice Cream Day, this was from a couple years ago, so the day is different. you could get a discount. Buy 2 vanilla cones and get 1 for free. So that doesn't sound like a great deal, but it's something. Buy 2 vanillas, get 1 more for free. I'd probably spend money and get something more special, but that's pretty good. And then Cold Stone also had a deal. Buy a Gotta Have It size and get a free Lick It ice cream on ice cream day last year or a couple years ago. And so Gotta Have It size, Cold Stone doesn't say small, medium, large. They have crazy names. So I think Gotta Have It is medium, and then Lick It is their small ice cream cone. And so it's hot outside. Get out there, eat some ice cream, and enjoy. Why do American national holidays feel a bit unhealthy? Well, have you ever seen pictures of a lot of American people at the beach? Maybe there's a reason all the holidays are about unhealthy food. Americans don't eat super healthy sometimes. And also, it's fun to, if you're going to celebrate, why not go crazy and eat something a little bit unhealthy? So eat some burgers and hot dogs on Memorial Day. Eat burgers and hot dogs and grilled barbecue stuff and French fries on the 4th of July. Eat some donuts on National Donut Day. Eat fried chicken on Fried Chicken Day. And eat some ice cream on Ice Cream Day. I think people think that, like, oh, it's hot outside, I'm going to treat myself. And also maybe they're outside and being more active. They're going swimming. They're riding their bikes in the nice weather. So they feel like they can eat some junk food too. Good question. I'm not sure. But yeah, maybe you're not going to have a beach body if you celebrate all these holidays, right? Okay. So, yeah. So those are some fun holidays throughout the American summer. A lot of the big holidays are in the winter, so the summertime we have some fun holidays where we can enjoy ourselves, be a little bit silly, a little bit crazy, and eat some unhealthy food, right? Yeah, so I think we can pretty much wrap up here for today. Thank you everybody for joining. I hope you had some fun. We learned a little bit about the serious holidays like Memorial Day and Independence Day and Juneteenth, which are celebrating American history. And then we talked about some of the silly ones like Donut Day and Emoji Day that aren't really important, but why not? Let's just have some fun. More holidays means more time to celebrate and have a good time, right? So, yeah, I think we can wrap up here for today. Thank you to everybody for joining and sticking with me on this kind of, well, long again presentation. I hope you had some fun, learned something new. Thank you everyone, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.